Hi, I'm Jackie from the NoobEngineer Channel. Today, we will experience software containerizations by using Docker. This simplifies our application deployment and run the application consistently across different environments. Imagine a scenario where you develop an application, test it all well on your laptop, and you share your application with the deployment steps. And your peers are unable to deploy the same applications on their environment, and each comes to you with a different error message. This is where Docker comes in, as it allows us to pack all the required dependency, the same deployment steps, and run consistently across different environments. Personally, I see Docker Container as a super lightweight and fast deployment virtual machine, which can be easily deployed as long as Docker Engine is installed on the hosting machine. Without further delay, let's proceed with the exercise. Okay, to demonstrate how we use Docker to simplify our web application deployment, we will first deploy our web application onto our local machine, Dockerize our web application and upload it to Docker Hub, deploy our web application onto an EC2 instance. Here are the prerequisites. First, we need to sign up a Docker Hub account, install Docker Desktop onto our local machines, and log in with our Docker Hub account. In order to run our web application, we need Python 3 to be installed onto our local machine. We need access to an Ubuntu EC2 instance, which is pre-installed with Docker. Okay, we will now start the first part of our exercise by deploying our web application onto our local machine. So let's download the setup files onto our local machine. Okay, at the same time, let's shift this on the left. Okay, cool. So let's go to our Docker source folder. This is where we have our application setup files. So next, let's sudo pin3. This is to install the required Python libraries. Okay, done. We've installed. So next, let's export. Okay, plus app equals to app export fast environment equals to development. Sudo, this will create our database for our web application. ab python. Okay, so next, so now let's run our Python web application. Sudo flush run dash host equals 0.0.0.0. Let's listen on port 80. Oops. Okay, sudo fast run dash dash host equals to dash dash equals port 80. Okay. So now let's visit our web application. It should be 127.0.0.1. Okay, nice. So now our web application is running on our local machine. Let's close this and terminate our web application. So now we will move on to the second part of our exercise, where we will Dockerize our web applications and upload it to the Docker Hub. So first, let's remove the our database file, which is created. Okay, and let's go to our Docker folder, which consists of the Dockerfile. Okay, so now let's do a quick comparison between the Dockerfile and the previous steps on how we deploy our web application on the local machine. Similarly, you set the environment variables required. You create an app directory inside the Docker image. So this means that you install the app dependency. Next, you will copy the source folder onto our application folder. Then the container will be listening on port 80 at runtime, which expose our web application listening port. So lastly, we'll launch the Python script, the initdb, which will create a database file, followed by starting the web application, which is running on port 80. Note that in the Dockerfile, we mentions Python instead of Python 3. This is because the Docker image used is only installed with Python 3 and is named as Python. Okay, so next, let's Dockerize our web application. Clear sudo build sudo docker build -t. Let's name it as sample app -docker -dv. So let's key in our password. So now you start building the Docker image. Next, let's create a container on our local machines with the newly created Docker image. Sudo docker run -im -key port 80 map / name. We shall name the containers as sample app -dv -docker -dv. Okay, nice. So now let's open our web browser and try to visit our Dockerized web application. Nice. Okay, now let's remove the Docker container. Okay, removed. Okay, now we shall log into our Docker Hub and create a new repository. So for this exercise, our Docker Hub name will be Learn Work Smart. The repository will be named as new block, and the Docker image will be tagged as dv. Okay, we have logged into our Docker Hub. Let's go to repository, create new repository, name as new block, deploy our Docker new block app. Set as public, create. Okay, nice. Now let's go back to our terminal. Okay, we will now upload our local image to our Docker Hub. So Docker tag sample app docker-dv, which is our local Docker image, onto our Docker Hub repository, which is Learn Work Smart, followed by new block, and we shall tag it as dv. Okay, then let's Docker push to our Docker Hub repository, new block, let's wait a while as this will take some time. Okay, we'll just upload our local image onto a Docker Hub. Let's visit our Docker Hub page. Nice, this is our uploaded image. Okay, so now let's deploy our Dockerized web application onto our EC2 instance. So let's first SSH Ubuntu onto our EC2 instance. Sudo su. Okay, make sure it's installed with Docker. So now let's pull our Docker image onto the EC2 instance. Docker pull smart new block db. Now let's run our container. -it -webAT Let's name our container as app and provide the image. Work smart /new block. So now let's visit our web application. So it should be HTTP followed by the EC2 instance IP. So with this, we have demonstrated that how we can Dockerize our applications and deploy it across different environments. We can also visit the Docker documentation site and find out more on the available Docker commands and how we can build our Docker image using Dockerfile. If you find this video helpful, do consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button, and press the bell icon for new release notification. Also do leave a comment for this video. Oh yes, we have our third challenge. Are you able to use InSpec and check on whether Docker has been installed and the container hosting our sample web application is running? Do leave a comment below and let us know. Bye!